Okay, so in today's menu, we have some concepts of geometry and some concepts of maxima, minima embedded in the same question. So the next question that we're going to see from the essay section of Indore 2024 is what you see on your screens right now. There is a right angle triangle with sides 18, perpendicular sides being 18. So the moment you read that, it should understand it's a isosceles right angle triangle or a 45, 45, 90 triangle with sides equal to 18. What we have to understand or rather figure out is the area of the largest rectangle that the triangle can contain, with the right angled vertex being one of its vertex. So if I just have to draw it very roughly, I'm going to draw a right angle something like this. Okay, so and both of these sides are going to be equal and they are 18. Fine. Now we need to maximize the area of the rectangle. So we need to basically fit as big a rectangle as possible. So if the area of the rectangle, you know the formula, it is L into B. Correct? Length into breadth. You better know the formula if you're preparing for IPMAT in the. So area of the rectangle is length into breadth. We need to maximize this. So again, the concept of maximization is that you will be able to maximize a particular product of the numbers. Obviously, given the sum is constant, is when the numbers are as close to each other as possible. Here in this case, L and B, if we get them to be as close to each other as possible, we will be able to come out with a bigger area of a rectangle. Okay. And anyway, B has to be one of the vertex. So I'm just going to think of my rectangle as something like this. Let's say I try to draw something like this here. Okay, this I think will be the largest rectangle. Okay, but I don't know. So let's just figure it out algebraically also. Let's assume this to be X and this to be Y. Okay, and if this is X, this is X. Right now, it's just a simple rectangle with opposite sides being equal. So this is also Y. Now, remember the bigger actual triangle is a 45, 45, 90 triangle, which means this guy is 45 and this guy is 45. So in that upper smaller triangle, if one side is Y, this guy also has to be Y. In the smaller lower triangle, if this guy is X, this also needs to be X, which gives us a very, if you see the vertical perpendicular side, it is X plus Y. If you see the horizontal perpendicular side, that also turned out to be X plus Y. So X plus Y is equal to 18. Okay, that's what we understand, which means given that X plus Y is equal to 18, the rectangle that we have formed, the two sides of that rectangle is X and Y, which means we need to do what? We need to maximize X into Y. So we go to the classic maxima problem that given the sum to be constant, we need to maximize the product. That's about it. Once you reach here, you can keep down your pen. You don't have to do anything. It's a simple, straightforward answer. Once you reach X plus Y is 18, once you understand X into Y has to be maximized, we just spoke about it. X and Y have to be as close to each other as possible and they are equal to an even number. So X can actually be equal to Y. X and Y both can be 9 and 9 and hence the area of the rectangle is equal to be 81. Okay, so 81 basically is the area of the biggest rectangle that can be contained inside that right angled triangle. So yes, if you just, again, if you know your concepts of maxima minima well, it is not a very difficult question. It is not a very calculation heavy question. It is not very, very difficult to think about it if you know your concepts. If you don't know your maxima minima concepts, I don't think you are ever going to get it even by doing all the X's and Y's and Z's and all of that. Okay, so that's how, that's how generally Indore paper setters think about, they really want to test your concepts. If you know your concepts, you will be able to get through the paper comfortably, not very, very easy, I wouldn't say, but comfortably, not really have a very bad time, taking the paper. But if you are weak with your concepts, believe me, you're going to break your head, scratch your hairs, everything. Even in the IMS mocks, you will go through that experience. So if you're preparing for Indore, ensure that you really, really do well with your concepts. Ensure that you understand your concepts in enough depth and then start doing these kind of questions. So yeah, I hope this video helped. All the best and do well.